Welcome to Empirical Pre-Pod.
But all right, so we're here today. I have I'm going to call it the legacy of Absolutely Perfect, because we've got the original guy.
Jason Yunker.
Nice. We've got the guy that comes after that.
Guy. Tiberio. Man.
And the guy that comes after that.
Dave Hughes.
Who I don't think was ever like.
Well, it wasn't after. It was
Officially.
in conjunction with.
You think so? Not
Because you said I came after Yunker.
And that's true.
But Dave didn't come after me.
He just didn't replace
came
anybody.
That's true.
He came after you. It was later that year, I believe.
No, it was 2008 is when we recorded the Blue album.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
And you started in
07.
Right. So after you, Dave.
I see where you're going.
Yeah, he is a teacher, but
Tim won.
However, the word conjunction was used.
that's true.
Do
Points for
appreciate
that.
that.
Yeah.
We are learned doctors in here.
Learned.
Guy teaches automotives, just so people know. Remember that.
I remember pretty low.
Yeah. So that'd be fun to get everybody together and kind of, we did the one. I did the one on Short of All, and it was a lot of fun. I don't think this one will be as fun, but
Well,
well, those guys are wild.
JJ is the wildest.
I don't know if you could catch it in the episode. He just leaves in the middle of it.
Yeah.
We were in the middle of talking, and he just got a text and just.
It's a wild card.
He doesn't say anything. He just went home. We talked for another hour after that.
He never explained it, huh?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him since then.
Wild card.
Did you know he was
it.
like gone, or were you guys like waiting for him to come back?
Oh no, we didn't know what he was doing because we were in the middle of a conversation when he just left. It's
Kind of rude,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, those Schwarzkopf people. I was going to say Schwastika, didn't
No, you
I thought
did.
you were going to say Schwass.
it? Yeah,
Yeah. Swash.
that's not how it's pronounced. But how do you guys remember how AP started?
Well, I know we know,
Yeah, because it was just Jay and I,
but I wonder
realistically.
if anyone else knows.
You guys were jamming,
Yeah.
and then you and I started jamming.
That's true. It was actually almost separately because you and
Yeah.
I'm kind of the whore of the group here because everybody here has an individual episode where we kind of brush on their history.
Yeah.
Yunker had
It's
second
called
class
the
citizens.
Jason Yunker episode.
Yeah. There was you had second class citizens, and I was playing with you and Nate
Yep.
Burley, and I'd actually jammed with you and Schmed
Yep.
Burley.
Burley.
But we kept playing. And we kept playing.
So you could say like our band formed out of the ashes of Three Crease. 'Cause
Yeah.
we jammed in that basement.
That's true.
And then, yep. And then after the Schmed thing didn't work, we kept jamming.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the beginning.
And we would do so much dumb shit like on the internet with web TV.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah, I do. Because we would watch Japanese wrestling and just work on the most unnecessary pieces of the band.
Uh-huh.
Like that's how we had the name first.
Well, it was drums and bass.
Yeah,
So-
which is still my favorite. Like I could jam with a drummer all day, but we immediately were like absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Well, it was a tribute to the wrestler Mr. Perfect.
That's right.
Yes.
Do you still because you hear it come up in conversation? Do you ever be like ho ho ho? You guys don't feel that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Takes me
I
back.
feel weird now saying that was the name of my band to people because I live in Colorado, so no one knows me or us. Like,
Yeah.
what was the name of your band? Absolutely Perfect.
Yeah, I don't even bring it up.
I actually really like it because of how cocky it is and how we're not cocky at all. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what changed it for me was that one review in The Entertainer that
Oh,
pointed
God.
out the name was like,
Yeah.
it's not far from, and I was like, damn, okay, that's
I remember that.
that's something.
I have a link to that still. That is still
really?
live. I shouldn't say live, but it's still on
Archived.
some archive website. I have a link to
I
it.
would love to see that
It's
actually.
I just looked at it a couple months ago when you were talking about it in another podcast.
Really?
I forget which.
I'm very repetitive.
I forget which one you were talking about, but like, holy shit, I haven't listened to that or seen that in a long time. But
Yeah.
I looked it up because I have the
That'd be
link
cool to read.
saved in
Yeah.
my Internet Explorer favorites.
Internet Explorer. You're
your
such a
favorites?
teacher.
Instead of your favorites from 20 years ago?
Well, I don't even use Internet Explorer. I had to put Internet Explorer on my computer to find
Is
it.
that Netscape Navigator?
Yeah, Ticketmaster. So we started jamming drums
Yeah.
and bass, and then
We had a lot of musicians come through that basement.
you know who originally came through?
So when we were, after Schmed wasn't going to continue with us, Guy was one of the first people that came through.
That's correct.
Now this takes us back to like just after high school.
like 2001
This
or
was-
2.
He didn't even go off to college yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the problem. We had an amazing thing. there's a cassette recording of our jam that we don't know how to play.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
But yeah, we really clicked really well, and then guys like, all right, I'm gonna go to SIU for 4 years.
And I remember being so excited because you had your band forever,
Uh-huh.
the multiple names, Genetic Disorder,
That was one, yeah.
Noozle,
Noozle.
Jerk
right,
Store.
Jerk
Store, yeah.
But we had never ever jammed. We always played shows together.
Yes.
So we came up doing that. I always played shows with Younker's band, Second Class Citizens. But to be in a band with you, I was excited about.
Me too. But me and Tim, even before Noozle, me and Tim used to jam way back in the
Yeah.
Fox Chase days.
So I'm not a good bass player, like musician wise. I just jam. I try to pretty much play by feeling. Guy taught me a lot of covers, just like in the band where he has to spoon feed me all the covers. And now he has to spoon feed me all my bass lines too. And I'm like, I don't remember. But yeah, he used to. I remember because I remember your girlfriend at the time was mad. She was like, "Wow, he's the competition. Why are you teaching him?" I'm like, "What competition?"
Yeah.
And she's showing me how to play.
She said that.
I think your sister even played bass.
Competition.
Yeah.
She owned a bass.
Right.
Owning and playing are two different things.
That's
But yes,
fair, yeah.
yes, that is fair.
At this point, I feel like I just own a bass.
It's in my basement.
I told my mom
It's been like 5 years.
I hadn't thought about it. I was like, guys had my equipment since 2008.
Wow.
This is true.
Well, I got that amp now. It's still down there.
Yeah, so I consider the amp still mine,
I'm holding it.
but it like yeah.
That's good. That's a good reminder. I almost got rid of it the other day.
Don't do that. If that's the case, I'll make arrangements to get it out of there. But I still definitely want that.
Be sure that you do.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I mean, that's up to him. I don't control what he does.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Yeah.
This podcast is gonna hold me.
Yeah, I'm the editor in charge.
You are.
But so we dicked around for a while. Then, do you remember how Younker came about?
I think actually, I remember talking to you at the last Three Crease show at Harris Forest Preserve. We were chatting about jamming.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes.
Under the pavilion.
I do remember
And I
that.
think that was pretty much it. Because we knew that my thing was ending. I already had Tim, and maybe if you guys already were jamming, we
Yeah.
did talk about it.
Sloth was going wild that night. Remember that?
Kind of, yeah. It was the mosh pit.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, the good old days.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact transition, or I remember. Yeah, we talked about it, and because at that point I was still with the other guys in the band, and I honestly don't remember how that stopped being a band. I don't remember.
I think it just phased and like.
Yeah, we just
That was
stopped, or
I feel like I haven't seen Nate since then.
I saw him once at NIU. Just I saw him walking his walk. I'm like, Nate. Yeah, but then I remember you and I jamming, and I feel like we even like wrote some structure to
Yeah.
a song, and then
I always love the way you write because without Younker, we wouldn't have had those first songs.
Right.
Because he had complete songs done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how to write songs. I just come up with these. cool
yeah,
little
they were
parts.
ones I had written for
Yeah.
a couple years or so.
That probably just didn't work out for second class.
you-
No,
guys
this
jammed?
was after because
Oh, really?
well, maybe maybe that stopped because I went into the Disney College program,
Oh, it
and
was
then we
around
just
that
didn't
time.
get back. So a lot of those songs, those melodies, were written while I was on the Disney College program,
Yeah.
and then we were playing those. And then I don't even remember it being a question. It was just like Jay was like, "Hey, we should drum, or we should have a drummer, right?"
Do you remember where you two jammed? Like where?
In
was
his
that?
basement.
Oh, it was in, okay.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. I
It
don't.
was
Really,
before it was over in the back part of the basement.
Where's
We jammed in the. 'Cause I remember the first time you came over, you brought Marty.
did I?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Marty. It was sat there while.
Were you intimidated?
He sat there. No. So honestly, I didn't know. I think I
He
seen
brings
him-
Marty, who is a bass player, like, but I
I'm like
play
an
bass.
incredible bass player.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I've only seen him play once. He's playing with his hands bleeding all over,
Bloody
like
fingers.
amazing. But no, he just sits there doing Marty stuff. But I remember when we stopped, we were jamming on the song. And he goes, "Naked Papoose,"
Uh-huh.
and that's
that was
how
the first
that
song.
Oh, yeah.
the first
Yeah.
song was named that. Yeah, that we never put anywhere.
Perfect.
Naked Papoose, which became Naked. Just
Yeah.
Naked.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have dropped Papoose. That was a problem.
Yeah,
So
that-
we started jamming, then the three of us, and I think we came up with like 3 or 4 songs without a singer.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
perpendicular to this, because while you had Second Class Citizens and Three Crease, Randy was making music with other people also.
Clean Sweep.
Oh, the legend.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we were making music was generous.
We're making noise at least.
Yeah, so actually, there's a long history of you leaving your equipment behind, because that's what I sang through. I sang through a bass cab that you left at Tom's dad's house.
So I still it doesn't come up anymore because I'm old, but I will jam with any dickhead who's like, "Hey, do you want to jam?" Yeah, here's my stuff for 5 years.
Yeah. So it was Tom Gray, Posty, and Forelli and I. Yeah, and we mostly just jammed. Had a bunch of parts and stuff. Nothing really actually materialized into any kind of like tangible songs or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it just kept going and going and going. And I think
Did you write lyrics to that, or were you just kind of there?
maybe, I don't know. I don't
Nothing
know.
that you remember at least.
Yeah, I had a folder that said Clean Sweep on it.
Nice. Good start.
And that's especially for high school. That feels good.
Yeah.
And
You learned something in school.
the name for Clean Sweep was awesome because Posty told me the reasoning from it was one time his dad went in to go to the bathroom, took a shit, and wiped, and he was like, there was nothing on the toilet paper. He goes, you know what that is, right? He goes, it's a clean sweep. So that was the name of the band.
Band name.
That is fantastic.
Only a father could come up with that.
Yeah.
I feel like did you guys ever play any shows?
I think we played Heather's Backyard.
Oh, big time.
Because I remember
For-
hearing you guys once or twice, and I really liked what you guys had cooking at the time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I don't
What
remember any.
Yeah, I don't really remember what it was, but I remember hearing it and like, this is
I
a
remember
good
always
start.
loving
This is really
Tom
nice.
Gray's drum style. He had a really tight piccolo snare, and I always loved that.
Yeah.
That was good stuff.
I like a good animated drummer. Give me Jimmy Jensen.
Oh,
any
yeah.
day.
There you go.
He's phenomenal and he's great to watch.
Yes. Yeah, the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that guy.
So what year are you in right now, basically?
2001? I think it's
3.
older than that.
It would have been
It would have
2000
been
and
after that.
I
We jammed in 2001.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I got back from Disney College Program spring of 2002,
Yeah.
so we would have probably started jamming sometime after
We
that.
made our that 4-song demo you were just alluded to before we mentioned Randy is that was recorded in 04, like
Was it?
03, 04.
Okay.
Because that's how we shopped a singer.
Yeah.
As we recorded those 4 songs with Andy, because Andy was just learning.
Well, Andy had the V drums.
Yeah, those was recorded on V drums.
So we're like, we don't want to record like real drums, like it's too expensive to go do that. Andy
Yeah.
had capability, and he had the V drums.
Yeah, and
It's
he was
fun.
basically teaching himself how to record bands. That we were his first project.
We were.
Yeah.
Later on, that'll be the Orange album, right?
That'll be the Orange
Yeah,
album,
okay,
yes. Yeah, but that's how, because somehow you got a hold of that 4-song demo.
I don't remember exactly how the conversation even started, but I mean, we all obviously had been like
Yeah,
hanging out and
we all
talking
came up
for
together.
years and
We
stuff.
did.
You know, like I used to go to Jay's house for the practices for Three Crease and stuff, and like we all had been hanging out. So at some point,
I forgot that was actually a hangout.
Yeah.
'Cause by the time we started playing on there, nobody cared.
No.
But like there was a
Not at
Nintendo
all.
was set up down there. Like it was a spot.
Remember?
Yeah,
It was.
I was there
before
for the
my
tail
dad,
end of that.
Before my dad finished the
That's
basement.
right. Because when we started, Paulie was like, "This is my basement."
Yep. And he made that very clear.
Yeah, which was like good on him. Like he
Yeah.
still gave us everything we ever needed. It was amazing.
Well, he already gave Three Crease like 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, he did his part for
Yeah.
local music.
Because eventually
yeah.
then we moved over to my house eventually.
Yeah.
And my
Do you remember
parents
who
are
got
still
the
pissed
demo
about it.
before Randy? That was halfway interested?
Was that Adam?
Nope.
No. Who was it?
Jess.
Jessica.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
didn't
came
even
by
know
one
that.
time.
Really?
Yeah, you were there.
I've always wanted to be in a band with a girl singer.
Jess Johanna.
Yeah,
Stewart.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
oh
we
man, be like,
we
no
had
doubt,
her.
that'd be so cool.
She came and chilled with
That would've
us
been
once while we were
amazing, right?
jamming. Yeah.
Would have been a whole different band with that.
Yeah.
In retrospect, I wish I would have known Lindsay Foster at the time because she was an amazing singer, and I would have been curious to see what that would have looked like also, or if she'd have even been interested.
Dude, if I wanted to start a ska band, and I said Jess has such a good voice for like Save Fair style,
personality,
like, yeah,
like stage
oh,
presence
man,
probably would have
that'd be
been
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, Probably best we didn't. We'd all be famous and rich. That would be terrible.
Yeah.
Well, then, Randy, do you remember getting that demo? That for
Our silver medal.
I don't remember.
She'd have been solo by now.
Oh,
yeah,
we would have been
long
yeah.
enough behind.
Yeah.
You guys would all be session players, right?
That's
Nasty
fine.
drug habits.
Well, we'd all be on podcasts talking about what could have been.
Oh, wow.
Glad we're not doing that.
I like this meta.
Yeah, I don't remember if I like received the songs or if I had just showed up to watch you guys jam in the basement. I distinctly remember the first day going to Tim's house and then being like, "This is where Zach stays.
Yeah.
This is where we're gonna jam."
Yeah.
And then we jammed, and I think like we kind of got like a good feeling from that initial kind of thing. Obviously, I didn't do anything at that point. Like I didn't like sing. I think I just observed and kind of like felt like, okay, is this gonna work? Are we gonna like find like a groove here? And then
You know
I
what
think
it was,
took,
man? Wasn't I think you did just walk into Andy's and we just heard you do it in a recording. Does that sound familiar?
I don't
Tim?
know what we would have recorded.
In Andy's basement.
Yeah.
Somehow you had it and you came in and had shit.
All that existed was the CD. It's all because back then we were not file sharing. It
No,
was
no, no,
just
no.
that you would have had a CD or nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I remember recording at Andy's.
And I was blown away when I heard
But-
your voice recorded. I was like, wow.
Well, if you remember
I
recording
had
it,
no idea.
if you remember
Remember that?
recording it,
Yeah,
it was
because-
that.
Yeah.
We recorded in Sandwich,
like-
the Orange album.
Yes, yes.
That was different.
But
in the
four-song
closet,
demo.
right?
4-song demo, yeah.
Yeah.
was
When
that
we heard
80s.
him singing, it was like that's the
that's
person
it.
we want in the band. Because I think if I remember correctly, when we first threw the idea at you, you were hesitant, like I don't know what's going on.
If you show
right now."
any idea to this day at Randy, he's like,
That's true. So it's
yeah, I threw it
correct.
a couple times, like, I guess.
Because I don't think we jammed.
And we
in
made
person.
him.
I think we heard him on the recording, and I was like, "Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's figure this out."
Because
now.
you would have been able to grab the CD. Because I agree with Jay. I remember you had already had stuff. Because I didn't know you had the songs already. So by the time you came to the house, you already had some stuff written.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have memory lapse there. I don't remember exactly how it worked out, but I'm sure at some point there was like
I just know you sold us when Andy recorded you.
Yeah.
I was like, "That's awesome."
I did not know that.
Yeah. I cried that night.
Oh,
Yeah.
single tear.
Happy tears.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know how. It'd be interesting to like go back and see like the process of like writing and like how I analyzed it because like it evolved to most of the time I would sit in my car and play everything back in a parking lot, usually like Meijer or Walmart because
Yeah,
it was
where you
big
can sit all
parking
day,
lot.
yeah.
See some idiot like singing in his car by himself, you know. But I didn't have to
Cops
be.
knock on your window.
I'm gonna be a star, sir. Yeah. So I'm sure at some point did some kind of like rough writing, and then when we showed up to the jam, I could actually like.
Yeah.
I doubt I recorded it and brought it in. I think it was
No, you
probably like
recorded, we were there when you came into Andy's basement. We'll have to
Yeah.
verify it. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but
Yeah.
whatever.
But yeah, happy it happened
Yeah.
because I think pretty quickly after that, was it like twice a week they were jamming
For a while there, yeah.
after Zach moved?
Once Zach moved on, we could have the basement proper. Yeah.
Yep.
So is this still like 04?
No, that would be like 03, I think, by the time
Oh.
Randy's in there.
Yeah,
So
because
we
I'm
played-
pretty sure I'm pretty sure I left for school in 05.
Well, the Orange album
later
came out
in
in 05.
The first show, though,
So
was
then
2003.
06.
On Sarah's birthday, right?
Oh, you're right. Damn, you're all right about that.
2003.
So we must have recorded that demo
Wait,
in 02. or
Wait, the first one
Cal's Bar?
Cal's
at
Bar.
that
Cal's
bar
Bar,
in
yeah.
Chicago.
Oh,
Oh
Get
man!
out on the side.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
Jimmy!
yeah.
Yo!
This was
Oh,
the worst
what?
thing
Oh,
ever. We
sorry.
played 4
Your name
songs.
Jimmy too?
Yeah. Also, none of us were 21.
No, there was a lot of shows I was not.
Yeah.
I was the
that
youngest.
first year, yeah, because our birthdays were all way later, or not
Yeah.
way later, but like
Dude,
we're spring babies.
and that was one of the most memorable nights.
Yeah.
Cal's Bar?
Yeah, just like
Just because you're in the
it was
city
just like
quite
it was a
show.
weird night though.
Yeah.
Like that because the bar had like 2 people in it. One guy
right.
who like lived there basically, and
But it was like all of us Sweego was there to see Chasing You.
Yeah.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
They were playing.
Yeah, I remember the sound guy at the end. He's like, "Next time, play more songs."
Right? It's like, we can't.
Yeah, we could play the same song.
It was weird. Our
twice.
first 2 shows were in Chicago.
What was the second one?
The second one was the U.S. Beer Company.
Oh, man.
Where, like-
Adam Newcomer showed up.
Yeah, like 5 people came from Oswego, and they still charged everybody $10 to get in.
And we played
Yeah.
4 songs?
Yeah, I think that was the one too. You had a guy from the Healthplex that come with his girlfriend.
Really? I don't remember that.
I remember he sent us an email and he was like, "Oh, it's like a private show. It was awesome."
AKA, I was the only one there.
Wow.
That's
Girls Beer Company. Okay, I remember
Yeah,
that now.
that was the first time we had a problem with the sound guy because I think one of the bands had canceled,
Okay.
and they're like, "Do you guys even want to play?" And we're like, "Well, yeah,
We're here.
yeah,
I drove an hour.
right." Like he was so annoyed that we were still gonna play.
I don't remember that. I love
Yeah,
that story.
That's
though.
a real
awesome.
thing that happened.
Giving us shit for wanting to play that you invited us to be here in
Yeah.
the first place.
Well, you're gonna hear that there's a history, especially with you and sound guys.
Oh my god, yeah, that was the big easy one. So where did we go from here? So we like, did that show.
So you mentioned you went off to school.
Yeah, later, yeah, in like 2005, I think. Is
Yeah,
when
so in
I-
2005 we record our first album
With
Young.
Okay.
Yeah, at Andy. With Andy's
Or
help.
what's been 2006? The beginning of 2006 is when I left.
Yeah. So in 05 we at my brother's house when him and his wife lived in
Plano?
Sandwich. Out in Lake Holiday. We had
Sandwich.
recorded in the basement. Andy brought his stuff out, and remember we put you in that little
In
closet.
the closet. Yeah.
and this would be the orange.
This will be the Orange album.
Okay, got
And
it.
that was the
Be
first
on
time I played like all the tracks by myself to a click track.
Yeah.
I practiced the shit out of that, and that's where I first ever did that
Yeah.
style. And then we layered everything.
That's right. Yeah.
But that I was gonna say, backtracking to the shows. Didn't we like the third show? Was that when we played that first Battle of Bands?
Yeah.
That started at that like elementary school.
Yes.
Remember
Yeah,
that?
it
We
was, like,
met-
way up north somewhere.
And there was that band that we met
Grays
that was
Lake.
really cool.
Poor Polly.
Port
Poor
Pauly.
Polly. Those
Yeah.
guys were awesome.
Those guys
Yeah.
were awesome.
Yeah.
So we were the two we're the two winners. I'm not gonna say we're the best band, but we were the two winners, and they wanted us to like go head to head.
Competition was stiff.
That was the first time because we do with our friends later, but us and Port Pauly set all our gear up together.
Yes.
And we just went back and forth. Like we didn't talk to them.
that.
They were so annoyed. But we're just like, hey, who cares?
What
They
does
were
it matter?
both letting us both go forward. We got to open for Bottle of Justice.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
yeah. That was in Round Lake.
That was in round.
Didn't your dad go to that, Randy?
It is literally the only show my dad went to, and
I think that's fair. If that was the one I went to, probably wouldn't go.
That was a fun venue at a,
That was
a
there's a
fair
big
or
hill.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a
outside.
nice
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
stage up
we
there.
played on like a big trailer, opened up trailer
Yeah.
stage.
Those guys
Two-
did not come out of their van for anything.
It was
No,
like
we
a
didn't.
field of nothing, and then the sound crew, and that was it. And then I had laryngitis super bad, and it sounded awful.
But we only played maybe like 4
But
songs.
those moms and their little kids were loving it.
Man, you know,
That's true.
rock and roll, baby.
Yeah.
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 And also, when the headlining band went on, there was not any other people there either.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, it
those,
was like middle
those
of the
little
day.
kids.
Yeah.
By now they're like on there, looking. Where's that band?
You know, they're absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that's what they said. I'll believe it.
So how many shows do you guys figure you played after you recorded that?
As we recorded the Orange album.
Yeah, because I mean, if you left for school shortly after,
Well,
Yeah.
by Orange Album time, how many tracks are on there? Like 10?
8 or
I think
10.
yeah, somewhere
Maybe
between
8.
that.
So we eventually had more songs.
9 if you count ice cream.
I don't know. We didn't play like monthly.
That was the history.
Yeah.
We had 8 songs, but we had like 4 or 5 in the works
Yeah.
at that
yeah.
point
So we had
too.
enough to do a solid half hour.
Because we actually had part of the what would be the Blue album. We were already
3 of those
starting
songs.
to write stuff with.
Yeah.
Those were originally with Yunker before.
One of the
he
coolest
left.
shows we played was the Oswego Parade.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
So that was before I
That
think
was
that
super
album
fun.
came out.
The
Yeah.
Prairie
Yeah.
Fest parade.
Yeah, we were
Just
on that
played the
trailer.
ice cream song over and over again.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Well, when we were going by Dairy Hut, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Other than that, we played like 2 songs over and over and over again.
Uh-huh.
That was like that music shop in downtown Oswego.
Coda.
Cody
Yeah,
Music.
we did a lot of writing there.
Did you
Yes.
really?
Oh yeah.
When he would
yeah.
work, he'd just have his laptop and watch movies and play music.
Like,
Yeah.
you were giving guitar lessons there? Or
No,
was
I
it,
just ran the store and
Oh,
it
Nobody
was
ever came
yeah, it
in.
was
that was
very
you and
empty.
Schmed running that then, right?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Yeah, so anybody could come by and jam, and we had all kinds of guitars and amps that you could pick and play with.
Yeah, they put us on that trailer. We had the generator.
Yeah,
We just went through town.
hmm
The whole thing. That was really
that
cool.
was great.
I don't know if I ever even walked into it.
No? There wasn't really anything to it.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think I ever even walked
It
inside.
was right by the library.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember where it was. It was like that yellow house building.
Yeah.
right?
Push back a
Yeah.
little. Yeah.
The actual.
I remember it
house
was there. I'm like,
Yeah.
this can't be a good music
Yeah.
store. Why am I going to go in there?
They had strings and a handful of guitars and
Yeah.
a few amps. And
Did we play any other notable shows that were like?
there was that other Battle of the Bands that we did that was with 80 Sick.
Oh,
Yeah,
Joliet or
was-
Plainfield or something.
Joliet, because Joliet's still like
Bada
metal
Brew
town.
or something?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Bada Brew.
And
Oh, yeah.
that one and the
Newsel a couple times.
the Wisconsin church.
That one would have been right before you left, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Towards
Yep.
the end of that.
That's
era.
one of my
Like,
favorite ones, though.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you boys from the band?
it was like a big event in the town.
Yeah.
It was Marshfield.
cool.
At the church.
Yeah, at the church
Yeah.
in the middle of Wisconsin. They had their big local band was there. And they
The
brought us
Stars.
in. The Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Stars.
Yeah.
The drugs.
But that's also where
Oh,
we
yeah.
covered Skilo for the first
That was
time.
awesome.
Yeah.
And that was always fun.
You know why that show was also cool is that was the first time we were paid to go out of town and they gave us a hotel room.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it was
too.
like big
Yeah.
time. We're
We
like, oh
played-
man.
Played in an old church,
Yep.
and then we just explored the basement of the
Yeah,
church.
that was awesome.
In between like all the
Yeah.
other bands playing, we were just like, I'm just gonna take a walk downstairs.
Just trying to find
Well, it's
some
funny
ghosts.
because
Oh, yeah.
like we're not like necessarily overly professional, but I feel like we're common sense professional. You show up early, make sure your shit's set up, and like nobody's there.
Yeah.
nobody's ready.
Yeah.
So we're just wandering around town. We went, like you said, the old ladies were so nice.
That pizza place, yeah.
Yeah.
The pizza place.
It was like a big deal in the town. It was wild. But yeah, then that night they kept calling us trying to get drugs.
the other band.
Oh yeah.
They didn't
Yeah,
believe, based on how much fun we were
having
having,
so much fun.
they did not believe us that we
And
were
they're like,
sober.
you guys definitely have drugs.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
nope.
it was totally silent in the room and it's dark, and then all of a sudden I see this shadow just kind
Oh,
of like
yeah.
walk to the foot of the bed, and I hear, and I just feel this pillow just smash the shit out of my face. I'm like, okay, cool. And then it just sprung into us just,
So then that
dying
band next
laughing.
door kept calling us.
Yeah, they call on the phone, like, and it's got like the little orange light on it. We pick it up. We're like thinking it's like the hotel.
Yeah.
We're like, guys are laughing a little too much, having a little too much fun over there. You guys got any white?
Yeah, I remember
We're
that.
like,
They're like,
what?
no, we're just
Like,
friends having a good time.
Yeah. And they called back like 2 or 3 times, and we're like, no,
I don't even
we're.
think we drank it that
Definitely
time.
got
No.
something. No, we didn't.
Yeah, it was
I don't think so.
ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. Those are like the notable shows.
One of the last ones we did play autos with you.
Yeah, that's what the recordings are.
There was a
You gave me,
recording.
Yeah.
Do you remember we actually rented like a garage space in DeKalb to practice because we hadn't jammed in like
Oh,
4
okay.
months.
Is that true?
And we booked a show. You don't remember that? It was like
No.
a separate garage, someone's house. We didn't know them, but they just rented the space. We practiced earlier in that day, and then we played autos that night.
Is Otto's in DeKalb?
Yeah,
It's
Okay,
gone now,
yeah.
but yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought I
remember.
And that might have been your last show.
I don't remember
that
renting the
could
place.
that's so funny because when I lived there, when I go downtown, I'm like, I swear I remember we played a show here, but like, maybe
We also played one
No, we didn't.
dirty basement, and
Oh,
Heather
yeah.
was there.
Yeah, that was like in
Dirty
the.
basement.
I know
At that
exactly
biker
where it's
bar?
at.
Maybe.
because I remember one where
No, that one's
Brittany
a
was
different
with
story.
with us, and they wouldn't let her come in because
The biker bar is the one where the guy goes, "Hey, you guys, you can shit anywhere." And we're like, "What?
This was like
Did you
a.
shit yet? Did you shit yet? Like, what do you? Oh, sit."
This was like a DeKalb house party in like a blown out
Yes.
house that's been like rented 5,000 times by
like a college
students.
house or something.
And we went downstairs, and it's like a brick cellar in there with
the
like
house in old school where they're doing the
Yeah.
KY wrestling.
yeah. And I
That's
knew a
funny,
couple people
which
because I
I
was going to
remember
school
that.
there,
Yeah.
and a couple of my friends showed up, and I was just like, oh
I
my
love
God,
those kind of
dude,
shows.
That was crazy.
Remember the Halloween?
I was gonna say that was my favorite
That's
show
probably
we
one of the
did.
best shows
The
since
house was
that.
packed. I don't know, it was
It
some
was a
dude.
farmhouse,
He went
yeah.
to Wabanzi, and I think he was in one of my classes. And I was talking to him like, "Hey, we got a band," and like, "Come on out." And the house was packed.
Yes.
And it was just such good vibes.
There's a lot of good stories
Oh,
from that night. That was the night
That was
JK
awesome.
was in that sumo suit
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
with the long blonde hair.
Ryan was in the children's Batman.
Oh, that's
Ryan
right. That was that
Hotel.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good.
I remember when I left after that show, I went to Kyle Chesney's house. He was having a party. I parked my car out front, went inside, said hello, heard a car crash, went outside, and my truck was totaled. I had to get a rental car. Luckily, I wasn't in it.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah.
left his party and like smashed right into it.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween. That was crazy.
That
was
was
a fun show,
also.
though.
So I think there's some of that is recorded in the archives, because also Schmed was there.
He was.
Yeah.
And
He played
Four
Four
Non-Blondes.
we played
Yeah.
Four Blondes with Schmed. Also, while we were playing, I was playing. This is hard to explain. I was playing. My right hand was doing the strings, and he was doing the fretboard
Oh, damn.
for our songs.
What?
While we were playing, I was like, he's too good of a musician.
He's
This is
kind of a
silly.
wizard.
That's awesome.
Schmesticles.
Yeah. He's a class of his
Oh,
own.
man.
Yeah,
Like
that
a
was a
Greek
great
god
night.
with that hair.
One of the best.
So then I guess, we would have recorded that album. Then we had a full length. We kind of toured on that and played and tried to sell it.
We did so many photo shoots too. I love doing those photo shoots.
Frola did some of those.
Yeah, Lindsay did some of those.
Do you remember that interview we did in Chicago? with that other woman? I
Yeah.
was trying to make you laugh, so I was just,
Yeah.
I was smiling the whole
Well,
time.
it was like
really big,
it was like a
really big.
variety show for Chicago artists.
Oh my god, I forgot about that too.
It was like
And
a
they had,
public
like-
access channel.
Yeah.
Public access type thing. This host was this blonde lady, really fake looking.
Like she'd been doing it for 40 years, but
Yes.
still was gonna make it.
Yeah.
So we wait in line.
She was
like,
nice, though, don't
All
get me
these
wrong.
She
acts
was
are like
nice.
on these bleachers waiting, and we're waiting our turn. She's just doing these interviews and like canning them, to use them on future shows.
Yeah.
And we finally get our shot, and I remember she said something. And you remember what you said to her?
Yeah.
She said something about like, oh, that's gay, and I was like, not that there's anything wrong with that. It got like real awkward for
Yes.
a minute, and then when she
She
came,
literally said that though.
Yeah.
when she came to each of us to like ask us like introduce ourselves, I pretended I was like feeling super nervous, like, well, it's because she's like, oh, you're pretty nervous. And I was like, yeah.
We never saw that video after.
No, they said they were going to send it, and
I
I,
would've-
wish we had it. 'cause
I
it
would have
would
loved
be-
to have seen it because especially Randy was kind of the spokesperson for that,
Yeah.
and I remember he was trying not to look at me because you could see yourself in like the camera or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
just like looking like just dead-eyed with like smiling, big smiles.
We're basically like shoulder to shoulder staring at a camera.
Yeah,
and
just
then
standing there.
This lady, she's like wearing like leopard print tights, and like, she's got this like
Woofy.
like southern blonde, like wispy wig on,
Like
or
a
something
Dolly
like
Parton
that.
kind of.
Or like
Just
Married
looked
with
crazy.
Children, Christina
like a-
Applegate,
Yes.
but on like a 40-year-old woman.
40 years older.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious, and I think as soon as we left, I don't think we stopped laughing for like 20 minutes.
No.
Oh, and
All
then
the
I
way
remember
home.
I drove down a one-way the wrong way in Chicago.
I wasn't
Yeah.
making that up.
Yeah, no,
Right
that
when we
happened.
left, it was like, oh
Yeah.
no.
Whoops.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I didn't even remember like how we got hooked up with that. Was that like a?
Probably
like a-
MySpace.
did you reach out to them?
I used to always like scour the internet when I was working at the Healthplex for
Yeah.
like anything for any opportunity.
Publicity
Friending
or
people all
something,
day
yeah.
long on
Whatever.
MySpace.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
just-
remember doing
yeah,
that.
MySpace
We
was
both
around.
log into those computers, like just
Remember
start
that?
friending people.
Yeah.
that leopard
We
print
thought, oh my
spoke
god,
to you?
Incubus said they liked us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, back like tried that whole strategy of trying to get fans on MySpace.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
listens and stuff.
it worked a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, because that was the initial. Wasn't that our initial North Beach show too?
Oh, that was a great show
Yeah,
too.
That was the only time we had a successful show.
Didn't
The
we have
first
a,
one.
We had a
the
lot of
first
people
one.
show up to that one.
Oh,
didn't
that guy fell in love with us until Dan Walsh ruined it years later. That guy loved us.
Yeah, he was like, you guys brought 68 people. Where the hell are you from?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, Oswego. That's 68 people.
Yeah.
we? This is everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the crew.
Yeah.
Those are fun shows though.
Yeah, it was a great
You guys
show.
remember after we recorded the Orange album, that one dude that paid us to remix it or recreate it?
Oh,
For the the political cartoon?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
There's another time this guy paid us. He wanted to use our song, and we're like, oh, we'll have to go in and like recut it. We didn't have to do anything.
Well, he wanted different lyrics.
Well, first
Oh,
we
did
were
you have to do different lyrics?
we were really resistant to it at first. I was like, no, we're not gonna do that. And
Well,
then
he
we
wanted-
also
he
needed
was like-
money for recording.
Because yeah, I remember he was like, we just didn't respond to an email,
Yeah.
and then like the next day he was like, how about $1,000? Like,
Yeah, we're like,
Okay.
Andy, what are you doing right now? You know?
yeah.
Re-record like 2 words and just send it to him and told him like, you can use it for this, only this, sign the
Right.
thing,
Yeah.
send us money. We watched this stupid political
a
video.
flash.
He
made.
did not like George Bush. I
No.
remember.
I
Yeah.
actually liked the political cartoon.
It was
and
yeah,
meant a lot
the
to me to be a
animation
part
was
of it.
good. Yeah,
It was like $1,200.
you know,
Yeah.
I thought
I mean,
the
we
songs
did, like,
vibe with
shirts and
the
stuff.
animation
Yeah,
was
yeah.
pretty decent. you
Yeah.
know?
That was good.
Just
Speaking
very
of
weird.
emails, my favorite email was a Yunker email. We got an email to play at Otto's before we ever had. It was like to open for Local H and another band. So we would have been the opener, and then a second band, then them. And you said, "Sure, we'll do it, but we need a bagel cart."
That's right.
I think they had asked, like, do you need anything?
Oh, that's yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I was like, well, let's just throw it on there. Like, if they want to say no, they can say no.
That's the show we didn't play.
Yeah, right.
Like, get the fuck out of here, bagel cart. Dude.
It's totally
I love you for that. That's
like
one
a
of the greatest
croissant
things.
family, like bagels. There it goes.
Otto's ended up being like a good little spot for us for a little while there, and then I think when we were both going to school there, did you go to school there for a little
Like
bit?
2 months.
Yeah. And I remember
Quitter.
we had made the stickers and we were just plastering them all over, everywhere,
They were
all
up
over
there
the
for a
campus.
long
We
time.
shamelessly promoted. Remember the Naperville thing?
Oh yeah,
North Central, the parking lot.
Yeah.
We went to like one of those parking garages right by North Central, and we put shit all over all the cars. And the city emailed us.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah.
they're like, "You ever do that again, we're gonna fine you."
yeah.
I oughta.
Well, we actually got a show at Otto's because of all the stickers. One of the emails was like stickers everywhere or something like that. That was the
remember
subject
that,
line or
yeah.
something, right? And it ended up being a dude that played in Blackout. He was like one of the
Oh, was
guitarists at one point. And I didn't realize that until we played with him. And I'm like looking at him. He had like longer hair at the time,
Yeah.
and he had shorter hair at Otto's. And I'm like, I started talking to him at the show. I'm like, oh no shit.
Wow.
I don't remember his name,
Okay.
but really good dude, and I think we ended up playing a couple
Well,
shows.
Blackout
with
put
those
us
guys.
up a couple times.
That-
We played
Yep.
the Shore Club. Which
That was
Baked Bagels.
that was a pivotal show actually, because that was the first time we played with Blackout, and they were opening for the Pimps.
And this is still like 2005.
Yeah, we were terrible.
2006, Yunker was still in.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were not good.
No, but it was that we allowed us to play with them later when we played with Blackout.
Yeah.
And we could at least hang with them or lovingly be better than them.
Well, what they also did was they got us. They were the gateway to get into the Big Easy.
Yeah.
That was the only time I saw you guys was when you opened up for Blackout at the Big Easy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We had it was like all the holidays and stuff that we would have.
Halloween,
shows
St.
with.
That was a big
Patrick.
show.
Oh,
That
yeah.
place was packed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a fun night,
so
too.
the first time was awful, but then by that Halloween show, we were way better.
And then Randy kind of facilitated a relationship with that owner, the manager guy.
Liren,
Got us
Liren?
in.
Liren,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we started
He was a
doing
cool guy.
some
He was a
stuff
really cool
like
guy.
on our own too.
But that's in this guy.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, he played that initial one, didn't he?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
played like two there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
I
nice,
saw
too.
one of them there.
Yeah.
At least two St. Patrick's for
Yeah.
sure.
Because they moved
And
around.
Halloween.
Remember they kept
Great.
had us in the corner, then they had us in the other building, and then they kept moving everything for a while.
Because we were Bill and Ted for one of those.
That's
Halloween
right.
ones.
And then, because it wasn't until after, and Schmidt and I.
That was when Guy was in the band. You
Okay,
guys,
yeah.
We did
That's
Gin
the
and Juice.
G thing?
No,
G
no,
thing?
No.
I know we did G
the-
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was the comeback show. That was the first show
That was
with you,
awesome.
I think,
Yeah.
right?
That
That was
my
like
comeback show.
January.
Yeah, it was January 8th. I'm just remembering like the
flyer.
The flyer.
I was definitely
Yeah,
wearing a winter coat, so
Yeah.
that sounds
Yeah.
about
Yeah, it was
right.
definitely January. I
Yeah.
think it was
There's a
January.
picture of Schmidt and I think he's got like a
Bears
Bears
jacket or
jacket
something.
and sunglasses on.
Bears.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
That was so much
So so that brings us. That's pretty much the end of the Yunker years.
All right. Well,
Yeah. If
See
you
you
could
later,
just see
man.
stuff out, that'd be great.
door creaking.
So now, Yunker, did you know you were going to school? So was your
Yeah, no. That's kind of what led to me wanting to exit. Was I was like, I really want to go back to school, and I was planning on going to school out in Idaho, which I did for 3 months, and then I moved back. But it was like I felt like these guys, they wanted it more than I did, and they had like bigger goals than I was like, in
Yeah.
for. So
Well, not to be a dick, we're glossing over things also. Like, sometimes it was a pain in the ass to get together to practice. Sometimes we didn't hear from each other. Because in retrospect, who gives a shit? Like,
Yeah.
it was such a fun time all the time.
Yeah.
But like any group with any egos, you have that also.
Sure.
So I feel like by the time he left, he was ready to go.
So when
Yeah.
you exit, then are you guys thinking were done, or did you immediately
No,
know?
I wrote out all the guitar parts for whoever was
Yeah.
coming in next.
Yeah.
So your next plan was,
Uncomfortably accommodating.
yeah.
Very accommodating.
And the weirdest part,
I was no negativity
yeah,
in
no,
it,
no,
you know.
no.
It was like I love you guys, and I don't want to hold you back. That was like the
Yeah.
whole thing. You
Well,
know?
it was
So
getting to
it's
be like we're fighting, and why are friends fighting?
Right,
What's
yeah.
the cause?
Yeah.
It's this. So
yeah.
that was
So-
the whole bond through the beginning, is everybody knew each other. We're homies before that. So.
yeah.
Sometimes I wonder what would the band have been like if Guy was in the band with us from the beginning.
With
Having
you?
yeah.
Ooh.
Like I think about
Well,
that.
one of the my favorite parts about our early days was when you would do the rapping.
yes.
Yeah.
So that would have freed you up.
Yeah.
Guy
Could have
did
done
not-
more of that.
Guy did not rap and do
man.
that. Maybe man Tiberio will.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I feel like my strength in the band was
EP3.
coming up with melodies and
Yeah.
things like that. But in
Yeah.
terms of technical guitar playing, Guy's amazing. I'm no
I
Guy.
appreciate the compliment.
Yep.
Yeah.
I faked it till I make
I'll say I feel like you're similar to
It
me
was
where
amazing.
like
Yeah.
people think we're good.
Yeah, like it was.
Well, because I got to hear songs that I had the guitar parts written that you took and like maybe just changed a little transition here or there, added your own flavor to
Like
it.
Cash
It was
Flow,
always
he
beautiful.
inherited from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
57.
There were a lot of songs. Like
Yeah.
the three on the Blue albums were Cash Flow, 57, and One Mind,
Yeah.
One Mind.
which
I
was
remember
what
that
was the
one.
original name of that song?
No idea.
Chuckle House.
Chuckle House. Yeah. So those were your three songs.
Yeah.
And my biggest challenge is your guitar style was very different than mine.
Yeah.
And there were some years, like when I first started trying to learn them, I'm like, I can't fucking play this.
What was the
I
hardest
can't do
one?
it.
I think even
The one to this day, I still cannot play is Cobalt.
I'll say Cobalt.
I still cannot play
never
that.
figure out. Oh, you
Well,
listen
like,
to it,
I
like
can
this is
play
the
it.
easiest progression.
My hands are smaller than I think it's a hand thing.
Uh-huh.
Put your mitts up to touch.
Yeah. Oh, look at the touch.
Oh yeah, look at that reach.
Wow.
I could not fucking reach the chords, so I had to play it on my Ibanez. It has a super thin neck because that was the only way I could do it. And halfway through the song, my wrist would hurt so bad I could barely play the song anymore.
So we didn't play that song.
So we didn't play that much because I couldn't.
Oh, that's interesting.
But like a lot of the stuff that you did, like your strumming patterns and everything, I just were so foreign to me. So I didn't change them because I'm like, oh, this has to be changed. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the only way I can fucking play this song.
Yeah, I like a lot of upstroke stuff.
Guy hates upstrokes.
Yeah.
Don't let him fool you.
Yeah.
This is true. And he hates them because he can't do them.
Oh.
So yeah, it was very different learning. Like I remember spending hours like playing anything recorded that I had, like obviously the Orange album, but also those three songs from Otto's when
The
you
live one.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
live ones.
Yeah.
I analyzed the shit out of those and I wrote out like my tabs and everything.
Awesome.
I did all this stuff and then Jay's like, oh, here's a folder. He wrote it up the
Yeah. But to answer your question, it was kind of as he was leaving, he was coming home from college.
Okay, so that's where I was going with it.
It just kind of worked out that way where, like, we definitely jammed with other people.
Right, but you had jammed with them before you left for school.
Before I left for school, before AP ever happened,
Right.
us three
Yeah.
jams.
So
A
then-
single jam.
A single jam.
So then, in other words, you knew immediately he was your guy.
not yet.
So your timeline slightly shifted.
Askew.
So I came back from college. I moved back in 04.
Okay.
But
Oh, okay.
you guys were already established.
Yeah.
I wasn't really doing anything with music. I got back. I was working. So I wasn't doing anything, and they were doing their thing. And
Right.
I didn't even really know of them because I'd been gone for a few years
Sure.
until I was talking with Adam, and he's like, "Oh, we're playing the Big Easy Saturday night, or whatever. You should come out." And then you guys were opening for him. I'm like, "Oh, fucking cool!"
Okay.
And that was the first time I saw you guys, and I went with a buddy of mine, John. I'm like, "Man, I really miss playing. I'd really like to be on that stage."
That's funny.
And it was
better
seeing
to be
you-
in the spot.
Well, but
Manifested it.
So I am not a musical whore. I am a celibate jammer.
I appreciate
Like
it.
I have to be with my people.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I can't just jam with anyone and like at some point or another we'd all jammed, talked about jamming, we were friends, like it felt right.
Right.
But when we get to that part of the story, how because it
We're
wasn't
almost
actually
there.
me, it was my wife.
So you kind of alluded to it, Randy. We did try one other person before Guy.
Yeah, and this.
And you were there for this. This is at Cheech's house.
Oh, were you there?
Oh,
I don't
he
know
was
if he
there.
was there. I don't
Oh,
think
he
he
was
was.
there.
I forgot that was
He
the
was
thing
there
too.
because this guy showed up and was like a carbon copy of Junker.
Wait, Cheech's house in Montgomery?
No.
No, when he lived in
When he lived
Yorkville.
a block away from my house,
Yeah.
oddly enough.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, we had so many different jam spots.
This
over
guy
the
rolled
years.
in.
Uh-huh.
He was dressed similar to you. You guys were the same height. You looked very similar. And then he started rapping Dell.
Uh-huh.
And we're like,
I think
what the hell's going on here?
Oh, man.
I think he had like this almost the same strat. Like everything was almost the same, but
How
it
do
was
we,
just
like, how do we
slightly
know
off.
this person?
No idea.
I
How
think
did
it was
he-
just
no
we put it
idea.
out on the internet and
Yeah.
this dude showed up.
Yeah.
And at the end,
Listen, we only dealt with one stranger.
Yeah, and that was it.
Yeah.
And you were definitely there. Do you remember it?
I don't remember
I
it.
remember because
Wait, where's
were side by side.
Cheech's house is where at this point?
His house in Bristol Bay in Yorkville, right where
Right for
Yorkville
30.
and Montgomery are by
That
the
water-
water.
I know where Bristol Bay is, yeah.
So he lived in a house, like when you were first driving in, he was the first house in the corner.
Okay, I do remember when he lived there. It was like the last house
Yep.
on the
I
right.
lived
Yep,
a block
in the
from
corner.
him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's coming back to me. I do remember going there. Oh, okay. I
Seeing it
do
now?
remember now.
It was random. It was like a couple hours
Yes.
and nothing ever came of it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why we had you there.
I don't know. I
Try
feel
not
like he
to
came
die.
in and he chilled with us. Like I don't remember like I think we were just like chilling for like an hour or so, like
Yeah.
just hanging out before he even like oh, you want to do this?
Yeah, something like it was a nice little
Yeah.
thing. And then whatever reason we just shed him, and then I was like, wait a minute, what about that guy?
Guy.
Yeah,
You know?
he's right down the block.
That guy.
yeah, and then we had been bouncing back and forth between like jam spots and stuff. So I think you were like, hey, I have a spot to jam.
Yeah.
So I think we brought all of our
That's
stuff
it.
to your house
Yeah.
for the trial, basically.
my stuff-
right?
yeah,
Right?
stuff's
It was
Anyone
like-
with a business
Yeah.
never left.
yeah, and that was like okay, like let's go to your house. We'll see how it all works out and feels. And I think immediately it was like
Yeah.
clicked really well. We're like, okay,
Serendipitous.
cool.
Do you remember what month that was?
September.
Of
Oh,
07?
07.
Yeah.
Because I say your first show then was January. And realistically practicing once or twice a week.
It was
pretty,
twice a week, yeah.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
We did twice a week.
We did twice a week when we first started.
All right.
Yeah.
Good
Maybe
for
I
us.
didn't go to school till 07. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong. Or 06.
Possible. I feel like
Yeah.
the older we get, the harder it is to remember.
Yeah,
exactly.
because when I thought about it, like 3 years, I feel like I was in the band longer than 3 years. So maybe it was. I have to
It
look
was
that up.
really
but
short.
But it felt like we did a lot.
Dude, I've been noticing that like in life in general, like where I'm like, man, this shit feels like forever, and I'm like, oh, it's only like 2 or 3 years.
There is a lot of gray hair in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like guy joined in January. Our first show was in January 08, and we were done by 10. It felt like we were in the band for forever.
It was
Yeah, that's
October
like
of 10?
nothing.
Or?
Yeah, it was
September?
like almost
Wow.
3 years.
It was September 30th of
Something
10,
like
right?
that. I think so, right around there. Yeah.
The Howie show.
The Howie Show, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I left in February 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're skipping pretty far ahead.
Yeah, we're getting ahead of ourselves now. So I remember Junker was at that first show, obviously because he rapped with us also. But
Yeah.
he pulled me aside after we were done too, and was like, "You guys sound way better with Guy."
Oh.
He's like, "Yeah, this is what the band should have been." Since the
Your
beginning."
your guitar is just like your whole setup is just like a more full, thicker sound. Something that I wasn't good at achieving. Like my sound design of like tweaking settings and things was just like it just wasn't. I couldn't get the sound to fill in the way yours did. And it's like that's what
Yeah.
that's
Well,
what
this
the
guy
band
walks
needed.
in with all this gear.
Yeah, well,
and stuff.
pedal board, 800 pedal boards.
Yeah.
It's to hide how bad of a guitar player I am.
He looks the part.
He does it right. You got dress for the job you want. It's like this is the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, I think at the first jam we made up that song "Americanized."
Yep. That's,
Yeah.
Right away we started with because I think we almost started like fresh.
Yeah.
So it started with you guys like saying, "Oh, do you have any riffs or anything?" And I had the opening chord progression, but I had it. So I wrote it. I not want to say wrote a song, but I had a different idea for it, and I changed it up because I'm like, I don't want to bring like one of my songs to a group. Like I want something new. So I kind of like followed the same progression.
Okay.
And as you guys jumped in, it like started getting tweaked on the fly and just became what it was.
Jay and I are really good at that.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
that was
Like,
the
it
dynamic,
felt
though.
so good.
I think that was
Yeah.
different than your style though, because Junker, wouldn't you kind of bring things to practice?
Yeah,
Yeah,
complete songs pertinent.
Yeah. Usually at home or whatever, I'd just be jamming and coming up with melodies and come up with parts and then bring it.
Lead for that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
with
We
the
spiced
guy
it up,
era,
yeah.
it was more jam in the moment.
Yeah.
You have a part,
See,
work on the
I
part,
loved
and then it
both
would
of
just.
because I feel like because Junker writes really, really catchy songs.
Yeah.
And his lyrics, like he writes funny lyrics, but he can also write really heartfelt, good lyrics.
Yeah.
Also, they're in there.
Yeah, you. I remember what you're talking about. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Like I never felt like anything I wrote. Like
Yeah.
I remember like one time Jason Carey made fun of me because I had like a book and the lyrics were like, "It's sunshine outside and it's so cool and fun." Like just really corny.
Because you St. Glass Citizens had the Bob song, right?
Yeah, his shirt says Bob.
We covered that once.
Oh,
That's
No, that's a show we missed. We played the college with
Go on.
Junker. The
Bonzi?
Bonzi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably the best song I
Is that-
ever wrote.
Is that where you met Kristen?
I had.
That was one of the first shows that I remember meeting her.
So I didn't. Had never met, but her and Kate were there.
Yeah.
We had talked on MySpace.
The MySpace.
Awesome.
Thanks,
I used to
Tom.
creep people on MySpace. It was horrible.
Yeah, but because I'd bring stuff, and then a lot of times, like to get a feel for it, we would just jam it out for like 30 minutes and just like kind of freestyle a little
I think
bit,
that's
figure
'cause
it
that's
out.
how we write is like that. So like it's nice that you had something done, and you could just keep drilling on that like whatever progression was, and then we're like, all right, we'll start filling this in. It's whereas we work on piece by piece and then slowly put it together.
Yeah.
What we never did was work with our singer.
In any way. Untrue.
Try to structure stuff so that it makes sense lyrically.
Well, I mean, it was.
We're like, hey, catch up.
Hey,
Fit something in here.
well, then we'd give it to him, and then he'd be like, move these pieces
yeah,
around.
Yeah, that's how I remember this. It was
Master
like
assembler.
you guys would
assembler.
kind of. That was the formulation of the jams, right? We would kind of have like a part. We'd jam on the part until we figured out like a discernible like verse and a chorus, and as soon as we had those two parts, enough to kind of loop it and have like a recording that I could take back and take to Walmart parking lots with me.
Yeah.
I could just loop that back and then kind of like digest it and go, cool, like this could go longer, this could go shorter, maybe this, this is like the melody I have feeling for it. And then the next practice, I would have like nonsense words to kind of like feel that melody out.
Yeah.
And then each consecutive practice after that, it would just chip away and become a little bit tighter. And then we'd all kind of adjust.
We'd record like the raw jam on that digital thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still
yeah.
have that.
The boss.
And then if we heard something like, oh my God, play that back, what was that thing? And then that would be a spark for a part.
Yeah.
It was literally all in the moment, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
I think the only song that was written before was Nova. That was the only one that I brought.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we were already a band, like this version of us.
Right.
But I remember writing that one day on an acoustic guitar in my backyard and thinking, fuck, we got to do something with this.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
the next practice, we ended up doing something with it.
And that became big because that was the song for Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was years later. Dave and I would re-record the bass line for that just for ourselves.
Really?
I remember we were recording. He's like, "Man, I wish your bass would have done this." And then I was randomly in his house like years later, and we just did.
What did you have? Like, do you have all the files? You took
Yeah.
out his old bass.
So it was basically like a walk down,
Yeah.
right? So instead of just do like it was do,
Yeah.
and it just
Nobody will ever hear it, but it's way better.
Someone
Yeah.
should hear it. Let's release that. Put it out there.
I opened today with "We Should Release the Blue" out.
That is true. That is
Should put that bass line just at the end.
just the
This-
bass.
Just put that do. That's how it goes.
So-
Yeah.
goes
So
out.
at this point then, and we're kind of at this point now where we're kind of acclimated to having Guy in the band now. We've started to hit this stride, walk into the
We hit
show.
shows pretty hard right there too.
Yeah.
That,
We-
like,
we
did
were-
almost like we did 2 shows a month.
We were 2 shows a month
For a
at
while.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when we really started playing shows.
There were
Yeah.
some times where it was even more.
Yeah.
I remember there was.
Sometimes
a
we
few-
played 2 shows a night.
Oh, there was the one.
I think we did that once.
there was the one with Junker where I was pissed at the sound guy.
Oh, that's right. That was it.
Different,
One
yeah.
time they played a show without me.
What? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
We played a show without. We did play a show without you. You had surgery.
I just had.
And we
throat
had a battle of
surgery.
the bands.
Yeah. This is like one.
We
I
did.
don't remember that.
It was at
at Valley Doyle.
Valley Doyle in Aurora.
I remember because I'm still pissed.
He,
about
yeah, he
it.
was up because we. I don't even remember. Did we tell you we were
No.
playing without you? I think we just went.
Which is the right way to do it.
I do kind of remember that.
I don't remember that.
Was that like it,
remember
it was
playing
almost like
Billy.
an open mic thing, right?
Yeah.
Like it became really like stripped down.
It was, but there was some like, it was an open mic, but there was some sort of like, who's the best? Like, who's the best of the open mic?
And then we got to have a show at Ballydoyle that
Because
we
of
played.
that.
Yeah. okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
I
goes
remember
back
that.
to Lirim, because Lirim was now at Ballydoyle.
Correct. Yeah.
After, because we, through Lirim at
Big Easy.
Easy, that's when we finally wrote up a contract.
Mm-hmm.
Where we were like, all right,
For shows and stuff.
yeah,
yeah.
shows
That's
and
when we
stuff. So
started
we're like,
contracts.
this is what we think we're worth to play, which like most people don't do, and then they bitch about money.
Yeah.
So that's because I think our contract was for $1,000.
I don't remember.
we
the
started
exact
with that.
amount,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were the one, Randy, that kind of hooked my
I feel like you're the one who
side
did
up.
it.
I just remember. I don't remember like the framework of it, but I do remember like going there. We had to like figure out the sound stuff, or Lirim would kind of figure out, hey, I have the sound guy this time.
Yeah, or we would do our own sound.
Yeah, and then we had to like
'Cause we didn't-
figure out.
that's
who
That's
to
part of the
play
reason why we
with.
started doing that,
Right,
though.
well, we didn't drink either, so it's not like we're making our money. We're not short of all.
Oh.
Making our money back on the bar tab.
Yeah, but because we were getting stiffed on sound.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
got door counts and stuff like
Right.
we were getting
Yeah.
screwed a whole bunch of ways, and that's why we started doing the
Yeah.
contract.
That's right, because
Yeah.
we did that, and we will book the show in general.
Yeah.
We'll bring in the other bands. We'll pay the other
Yes,
bands.
we started
We
assembling.
doing
We,
it
we
all.
sold
Yeah.
them the show essentially.
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That was what the contract was
I-
for.
and he didn't care. He's like, as long as you guys bring people, I don't
Yeah.
care. You know, he was like,
we
I'm more
fucking
than
packed the
happy
place every time.
Yeah.
to
like,
give
it
you
worked.
guys like, beer, food, and do whatever you can as long as the place is full. So I mean, it worked out pretty good for a while there.
I feel like we were still like $250 to each band, and then $500 for us because we did everything.
Yeah.
yeah,
pretty good.
I mean,
Yeah.
for a while, I mean, we had a PA that we bring, and then if not, there was like I think 2 different sound guys that we would kind of go
Yeah,
back and forth
yeah,
between.
yeah.
So
I forget who those guys were. But.
Yeah.
my buddy
Made
Jamie.
progress pretty quick though once you joined. Got all those songs ready, and then
Yeah.
you had live experience already, so that was
Yeah.
no problem.
But we were ready to record pretty quick also, because like at this point it had been 3 years since we recorded.
Yeah.
And we hated those songs.
Yeah.
Well,
And the band sounded so different now.
Yes.
and we recorded with Dave.
And we had
in
met. Well, we recorded.
April or May of 08.
We recorded with
Yep.
what's his name?
Brian. Well, it's his studio, but
And
Dave.
Dave worked. Did you work for him?
Yeah,
his
more or
sound
less.
engineer.
I gave drum lessons to his neighbor's kid.
Okay.
And then I met Brian, and then he didn't know how to really run a lot of the stuff. So he's like, hey, I got this band coming in and whatever. And he's like,
Yeah.
you want to do it? And I was like, not really, because I hate your basement. But
That was my first. I hated that. Like you can see cat piss and
Yeah.
Smell it everywhere.
down there.
sorry,
Yeah.
Brian. But no, it wasn't ideal. But yeah, I mean, you guys came in somewhat prepared.
Somewhat.
It was different though. It was funny. I still remember the first time I met Randy.
Yeah.
Could have been further from who he is.
Day 2, right?
Fucking hungover.
Yeah.
Sunglasses on. I was like, oh, Christ.
Like
One of these guys. And he's the singer. Like, get out of here.
yeah.
And then Jay. I don't know if you remember. You were wearing like a headband and everything. I'm like, all right, this guy's like hardcore into it.
Yeah.
Guy comes in with his pedal board. And then the musical snob, of course.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let's turn my bass up a little bit. I'm like,
we don't have to pretend I'm
gonna be
by
one of
far the
those
hardest
guys.
to work with
no, I mean,
in the band.
you guys were definitely, you were prepared, but like unprepared. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's fair because we were working with Andy, who's first time, so we were all learning, and then this was the closest to professional, and so we're still like, we at least jammed as hard as we could, so we were prepared to play.
Yeah.
But by the time we got to that third album, which we'll get to, that one
You got to think though, you did that really quickly. I mean, we did not
It was a
spend much
weekend.
time.
It was a weekend.
Yeah, and I remember a bit, and we'll get into the next one. But a big reason was like, in hindsight, like Randy got screwed because not much time was spent on vocals at all.
yeah.
At all, it was like one take, hardly any harmonies or doubling, like nothing. Like we spent a lot of other time on just like basic tracking and like guitar overdubs and stuff like that. But I mean, if
You can hear that in the album too.
yeah, but I mean, if you listen back to it,
Dave spent a lot of time outside of the studio.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there was a lot of editing and whatnot, but I mean, all things considered, I mean, it still comes down to the performance. And I mean, if you listen back to it, I do from time to time, for the money and time spent on it, it still holds up. I mean, it's still
I
good.
really like the Blue Album a lot.
But and that was when I had in the back of my mind, like, man, I really hope like I could work with them again, just because like
yeah.
the songwriting, like the potential, it was cool because everybody was an instrument. Like a lot of the bands I had worked with at that point, it was like the bass player just played the bass notes, and the drummer just played a beat and whatever. But like everybody, like Guy is not your just power chords or whatever. Like there was a lead for every song without being like a solo. You know what I mean? And then your drum parts, any of the songs on either album, I could hear 2 seconds of it and I'll know exactly what song
Really?
it is. Yeah,
That's crazy.
because you had a part for every song.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a beat.
Wow.
It was a part. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
I mean, think of somebody like Tool. Like you know immediately what's or Rush. Like you know, like they played parts, not just backing.
straight
And
beat.
in some cases, I mean, it's like a Rolling Stones song. I mean, his beat is the same in almost every song.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? And that's not to take anything away from him.
No,
but
or like AC/DC. It's kind
totally.
of- yeah.
You know, and then again, you with your bass, never just like a follow. It was always like a bass line, and then it was really cool to see. So I was like, fuck, dude,
I feel like we clicked immediately too. Like
we did, yeah.
Yeah.
Where
As
we're
people,
like,
we clicked that
yeah.
first night. It was just
Yeah, we're
fun.
gonna be friends in general, which then just made us work really well together musically.
Yeah, I mean, I started going to a lot of your shows after
Yeah.
that. I mean, I remember at some small coffee house in Northern Illinois.
Really?
The house.
Oh yeah,
House.
that's
Yeah.
You guys played. I'm pretty sure it was before we recorded the second one, but you guys played like the Taste of Chicago.
Yeah.
Played
Twice.
Taste of Chicago twice.
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 Yeah.
You played that show at Oswego High.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just there actually for my daughter's recital, so I had total like deja vu.
weird.
Holy shit. Yeah, because I actually remember when you guys played Nova live. I was like, fuck, I wish we were recording this. It was,
Right.
Yeah.
It sounded great.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
There were a few other shows in there. The Halloween show.
Which
at,
one? The Big Easy.
It was
guy?
it was yeah, it was
Waldo.
it would have been
That's right, it was
October
Waldo.
of it would have been October of 2008 because it was after I had my foot surgery.
Okay.
And I did sound for you guys. Or
That's
I
right.
kind of pushed the sound guy
Yeah.
aside. Did sound for you guys.
Yeah.
But by the end of the night, I was like, fucking, my foot was hurting so bad. But that was a fun ass show.
Oh, yeah.
You guys sounded really good that night. So yeah, I mean, we kept in touch and.
Yeah.
I
Well,
went
once you
to-
start coming to shows too, I feel like we kind of were like, why don't you go do the sound?
Yes, that was the natural.
Why don't you go
progression.
feel out the sound guy and see
Yeah.
if he wants the night off?
Yeah, but I mean, you guys still played a lot of shows, but where I'm trying to tighten up the timeline. So, I'm pretty sure we recorded in 2010, right?
We did.
Yes,
So
that
this
was
is the
like
last
the end.
album.
So what happened in all of 2009? Was it just you guys
Writing
played
just a
shows,
lot of
me
shows.
A lot of
girls?
shows.
A lot of shows, a lot of writing.
Okay.
I think was the main thing, and like learning how to maybe promote better or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We were trying to refine our
09
writing.
was really when we were hitting everything super hard.
That was probably our
So,
best year.
09, what we would do is so none of us ever got paid from the band. We went back into the stuff. We would take money and you mentioned the troll earlier.
Yeah.
We would get like 200 copies or 1,000 copies for $200
Of 2 songs.
of 2 songs CDs, and then we put flyers in there for the next 3 shows. And then we would backpack up to shows in the city or like wherever we were going to
Yeah.
be
We hang
playing.
out at like the Metro or the
Yeah.
Riv, and when
just
shows were
hand
let
out
out.
wherever there was shows and we were going to be in that area
like
soon.
like a similar band that would.
Yeah, we just
benefit.
went and started handing. We would hand out thousands of CDs, like. Not,
So the
not
troll,
that
was
we
a
ever
literal person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not that we saw a return on that, but I feel like that's something that we were like the last generation that had to do that.
Yeah, because MySpace was happening, but
There was a transition at this
That
time
was
too.
right when
that's
Facebook
going to
was
Facebook,
started.
Yeah.
and MySpace is being phased out.
So
Yeah.
09 was you guys just pumping out shows.
Yeah.
So
Well,
then,
and writing all the music.
yeah. So
It's
then at
kind
what
of testing
point
it.
did we kind of reconvene and say, hey, because we did a shit ton of pre-production.
Yeah. for
We
sure.
started doing that in
2010.
early 10.
Yeah, because that's when you started playing shows with us. Also,
He
No.
played like the last 2.
played a
I
show
didn't
with
play
us
with
at
you
early-
until
you played
after.
North Beach.
really?
I played like 2 or 3 songs at North Beach,
And then Double Door.
the Double Door. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that those were both after we
was after.
recorded the album.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Right.
thinking, like,
Yeah.
so was it the end of 09 that we would have started talking and doing because, or was it early 2010?
It was early 2010, I think, because we initially demoed the album in my basement,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we gave that to you, and you're like, "No, let's demo it in my house," and then we demoed it in your townhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, that's where we wrote all the layers, wrote the maps for everything, and that's where those songs really kind of came together. And then we went for real down to Eric.
had
so
all
that's
that
where
done already.
That's where I manipulated Guy, and I was like, I'm just gonna make him write a whole bunch of fucking guitar parts.
There's no way he'll be able to
So
play
then
this
they're
live,
like, dude,
but
we're not
we
gonna
need
be able to make
someone.
it sound like this live. Maybe we should just ask Dave to play.
You should put another rhythm part behind that. You know, that
just so much
someone
better.
else who has a Strat could play.
But when we started talking about it, like to give like listeners some context, I'd worked with a guy named Eric Nelson, a studio called Eclipse Studios down in Bloomington, where I went to college, and I had recorded with him solo in like 2000. I wanted to do the Dave Grohl thing. I want to record a song. I want to do everything myself except for sing because I can't sing. And I did it, and him and I kind of formed a relationship, and then me and my friend Nathan recorded an album with him. Me and Giovanni, rest in peace, did an album with him.
Wow.
And when we started talking about it, I think I kind of just said to myself, like, well, we're definitely not going back to Brian's. And, you know, it was like, dude, if I can get them to Eric's place, the things he could do. And that's when I kind of shifted more to, like, I guess, a producer.
Yeah, totally.
And let
For
him
sure.
handle the technical shit.
I
because he's
recognize
a
you as
fucking
that.
genius.
100%
I
producer.
mean, he's a genius.
Because Eric mixed and mastered the Blue album, too.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did.
After
Yeah.
we
Right there
recorded
for
that at Brian's, we all went down there
Yeah.
to have him mix and master.
I think we did it in stems. So like, I brought him like the drum stems. So the drums were more or less kind of mixed. So he was able to like tweak them. And then I think maybe we did some vocal redo stuff. But that was the time that I told myself, like, if we do this again, like, we got to get Randy some more time behind the mic, you know. But when
Didn't you use some of the pre-production vocals? Like,
For the second record.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we actually recorded in your closet.
yeah, well, what had happened is we.
on a closet recording.
Well, yeah, now we get to the point where we go down there, and when we went to the studio, I mean, like, we had fucking notebooks, and we had notes, and we had the
We had
tracks
charts.
for Eric.
Yeah.
I mean,
But we had also pre-recorded and drilled for months.
Oh yeah,
So we had everything.
we were
like-
so prepared.
Because
Yeah.
we were cheap.
Right.
We want to spend a bunch of hours
That's
in the
a
studio.
smart way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if money wasn't an object, I still feel like that was the best way to do it.
Oh, we were super efficient.
Yeah.
Very well practiced for
That was
it.
my favorite too because Jay and I recorded together.
Yes.
And I feel like we recorded every song in one take.
Most songs were done. in
Most
one
songs
take.
were done in one take.
But we also
I still have
tweaked
a
them on the
video
fly.
of me doing. Fuck, what song is it? It's not Broken Record. Is it -2? I'll have to look. I have it on my look a bit. But like, I was recording them. Your studio's so locked in, and like, you guys just fucking nailed every song. And it was cool too because like we really like set out to. You know, we spent a lot of time on your drum tones. I'm pretty sure you swapped out snares for different
was your
songs.
idea.
We added
And
the third
second-
tom.
yeah, the third tom was
Which sounded awesome. You used that pedal for your bass.
Yeah, we used
Guy
a 5-string
has
bass
this whole
and
fucking
stuff.
garage pedal. He
So that I think that for me personally, and to this day, that's when I became easier to work with. Like I finally listened to what you had to say.
that whole process.
That
was
whole
so
but I was
easy.
like, I think you can hear that in the album too. Where it's like, okay, everybody's coming together now. It's not just all right. This is Jay's job. This is Guy's job. Like everybody's.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all caring about the whole thing.
Well, what was cool about Eric, you know, because I talked to him about, you know, doing like the drums and bass had to be done in the studio, but I told him the importance of spending time on vocals, and like he was nice to me. He sent me home with like a
I remember he gave me his
$1,800
compressor.
mic and, like,
Yeah.
That's right.
So for him to trust me with that, and like, yeah, Randy and I spent a shit ton of time.
I love the idea of how good that record sounds, knowing that Randy recorded some of the vocals in the closet.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dave's closet, yelling into his
Yeah, I'm
clothes.
trying to remember how much we actually did.
A
I know
lot.
there was, yeah.
A lot. Well, when we went back, because we did it in like 2 weekends. So
Yeah.
there was one weekend that was drums and bass, and then also guitar. Or was that a different weekend?
I think it was guitar too.
And guitar, and then
The second weekend was some other tracking and overdub.
Because we
Right.
got done
Yes.
pretty
Yeah.
quick.
You guys were done Friday and
good at our job.
Saturday.
Like pretty
Yeah.
much a couple hours.
and then you did, yeah.
And then I was
Little lunch.
Saturday and Sunday, did all the guitars.
Yeah. So when we went back, that's when we kind of let Eric do his magic. Because I remember one of the first things that he did was in Infectious. He's like, "Hey, Randy, like, sing this part like this," and like I remember being like, "He's flat. Like he's not harmonizing. He's just flat."
Yeah.
And he did it, and I'm like, "Oh God, am I gonna let these guys down?" We're like, Eric, what the fuck, dude? Like, you're a genius. What are you doing?
embarrassing me, bro.
And then I remember when he played it back, and I was like, Oh,
Yeah,
because
he
it was
like,
blended, right?
dude,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, like
one
a-
is high, one is flat.
Wow.
One, and it's like you'd never think to.
And I remember you
those-
bragging about that song. You played it for someone. You're like, I just played this on the way to the show, and that first track, that chorus is like
Yeah, dude, it's like-
soaring.
well, we listened to it in the car.
Yes, that's
and
what
we
it
were all
was.
like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was that awesome, Randy, for you to like have that? Like, wow, the vocals sound real.
for sure. Yeah, and I think going into this, like, you know, and kudos to Dave for like really influencing, like, from the Blue record to Angel in the Marble, like that. Us taking it seriously and planning and doing all this stuff was a direct result of working with you first on that and going, okay, now we got to be serious with our time. You know, we got to actually like plan and kind of work at all of these things. So I think I remember we were plotting those things, like where these harmonies and like backing vocals could be. And then Eric, I remember when we went in for that session for the layering, that's what it was. He was like, octave above, octave below, like do this here. And he would literally like play it on the key,
Yeah.
you know, play one note and be like, hit this right here, hit this note. And then I would do that line, the one below it or whatever. And then when I played it back, I was like,
Yeah, I mean, and that's
Very
where, like,
cool.
I mean, on the Blue album, like, the vocals were great too, but like I was saying before about each one of them being an instrument, like, this is where, like, the vocals, like, became, like, not the bigger part of the
But, like,
song,
the
but, like,
focal
it
point
was, like,
kinda.
yeah,
They
it
were
was
clear,
so there and in your
powerful.
face and, like,
Yeah.
awesome. And then, like, I remember too when you were doing the last song, you were, like, and you so painstakingly recorded the acoustics for Evolution, but the acoustic version. And then Eric starts
remember
sticking
that.
around with
It's
piano, and we're like,
wait a minute, the guitar.
let's see what it sounds like with the piano. And then, like, at the very end, he kind of pauses and then hits that last low note. We're like, why don't you just keep that one? I will do like an outtake.
Yeah.
Like,
that was absolutely like magical,
Dude, I
weird,
never fucking
fluttery
heard the
moment
song. And
for
he's
me
just-
when we heard that.
he just sat down and just.
I think he played it twice.
Yeah.
He like played it once to kind of
Dude,
like
like
hash it out,
classically
and then he
trained-
like hit
trained pianist,
record,
it
and then
was
was just
awesome.
like,
And that's what you hear on the album.
Well, he didn't even ask a question like, "Hey, what key is that in?" or "What's the progression?" He just
No need.
he already knew it.
yeah.
That blew
Because he
me
did
away,
that in
too,
the other
'cause
track too.
That was a song I made on that Tabit program.
Yeah.
I like programmed it. Like,
Yeah.
it sounds like a song. And then Guy filled out the second half. And then it became that awesome piano thing.
And then even like adding like the MIDI strings and the timpanis.
Yes, you
and
did the
like,
timpani
it just-
idea.
It
Timpani is
became
still like
so
my favorite.
Yes.
like
huge.
just
That's a
Like-
Dave creed.
Like it was just, but it was fun. I mean, we did we got creative and had fun. I mean, we had all those people over at my townhouse to do the chants.
That was
Do you remember
awesome.
that?
Yeah,
There were like
that.
15 of us, and then
Stomp clap.
Yeah, when we
that
were-
was in the studio
That
when
was
we
in
were
the
doing
studio when we were doing the stomp clap.
We did that there, but we also did a first layer. Oh no, that was the
Well, we
was
did.
the
We ended up doing
Yeah.
extra
Yeah.
whoa-wos because
Yeah.
even though we had like 15
Whoa.
people, it
you had
wasn't
that like
enough.
loft.
We wanted
loft
60
area in your
people.
house.
So then the rest, the five of us did it again in the studio, and then of course, that's where Eric comes in. He's
Yeah.
like, "Well, let me do this," and then we're like, "That sounds better."
Yeah, it was
So he was
awesome.
more like the engineer. You were like the producer.
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
the brains, like dude,
amazing.
from a technical standpoint. But like, man, did it turn out fucking great! And then you guys played a show and then quit.
Yep. It's a
That's
good way to
awesome.
go out. We played a couple of shows.
I think it was right after though, like, because we did play a couple of shows, but
We played. the
we had
Double
finished
Door.
recording before. Like then you decided you were like you didn't know while we were recording, did you? Or you?
No, he
No.
knew.
You were at least thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, what happened at that time is like, this was like on the backside of like 2008 and everything. I had graduated school while we were doing the band, started working at a place in St. Charles, and then the whole economy dumped out. And then I was like back from doing graphic design and like going to, doing what I went to school for, to just doing drywall and painting and stuff. And, we'd been in the band for like collective like 5-6 years
Yeah,
or something
long
like
time.
that, doing the same thing for a while. And I think we kind of felt like a decline in like the scene, and not our band in general, but it was like the scene
The live
at
music
large.
The
in
scene
general.
did feel like
Yeah.
it was just going. There was a lot of bands for a long time, and then they out of nowhere it just dried up.
Yeah, and at that time, I had cast a really wide net for jobs. I was like, if I'm going to look for a job, I'm going to look for places like in California, because Jay and I had went on a trip. We went and saw 311 in Vegas, and then drove to San Diego with a bunch of people, and that kind of opened my eyes. I was like, well, if I'm gonna look for jobs, I'll look there.
And that was March of 2010, so just before we recorded.
Yeah. So it kind of planted the seed in my head, like just cast a wide net, and then it just so happened that a place hit me back, like shortly after. I was like, hey, I want to focus on like that next chapter of like trying to do something with my career, because I felt like for me especially, the longer I wasn't working in my career, the more I felt like I was being distanced from it, and I was really afraid. But yeah, it was a hard decision for sure.
But we
'Cause,
recorded knowing that you kind of had the seed already planted, and we're like,
I
doesn't
didn't know
matter.
that.
I knew that because we had some good talks in San Diego. About
yeah, and
this
it
is
was
amazing.
well, yeah, it was like we had the idea is like
We didn't
you
know
can
that.
live here.
I called it when me and him were driving down to the studio
Yeah.
to record the vocals. He was talking about how awesome San Diego is. I'm like, fuck, this
Now,
guy's gonna
was
move down
The
there.
Double Door the last show you guys ever played?
No, Howie's was the last show I ever
Yeah.
played.
Howie's was.
Double
like
Door
end of
was like
September.
the last
The
one we talked
Catalina
about.
one.
That was the last real show. Like Howie's was like the
I mean,
hometown
if
show
you
with all our
really
friends.
think back to it, I mean, like, granted, like maybe it wasn't like the biggest crowd or whatnot, but you played the fucking Double Door.
Right.
Yeah.
And that
Very
place
cool.
is closed, and that place has a rich history.
Yeah.
That's true.
So the mere fact that you could say you played it
Yeah.
is
I
odd.
feel that
I mean,
about
I'm
places.
forever indebted to you guys for. I mean, like,
Yeah, you played
to
like
be
2 or
able-
3 songs, I think, right?
I played the whole
he was the
show.
whole
That was the whole
Yeah.
show.
It was
Where was I?
It was North Beach that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
In the back room by the volleyball thing.
Yeah. But I mean, the Double Door show was so much fun.
Yeah, that was a great show.
And we practiced like hell. I know I practiced like hell for it because I was like, well, this is awesome. I could let Guy focus on doing his Guy shit. And
I wish that would have
play the
continued.
easy
Like
stuff.
that would have been cool to have that second
Yeah.
guitar, like you were saying. You know, you're like,
Yeah, because the recording from the Double Door is
It
awesome.
sounds, yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah.
didn't you mix that?
Yeah, yeah,
touched
a
it
little
up a
bit.
little?
Yeah. We got the tracks from them, but yeah, I mean, and yeah, it sounds great.
And that first song is fucked up. We're playing -2. My
Yeah,
kick
the
drum
kick
broke.
drum broke. Yeah, because the whole recording starts with a dun.
It's
dun,
that's
dun,
how
Well,
dun.
because he didn't start recording until halfway through the
That's
song.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was like.
That's why you
perfect
only get the end part of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know how often you guys listen to it, but you know, I'll go in spurts. You know, it's worth noting that you guys have following at Naperville North and the Naperville area because my daughter like was playing with for friends, and then you know how they share stuff. I mean, they
Yeah.
have no idea who you are or what you're called. They
Yeah.
just know the songs.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
That's awesome.
funny. She's like, "Will you guys play my 16th birthday party?" I'm like,
Oh, I remember that
"Of
came
course
up.
we
Yeah.
will." Like,
How old is she?
well, she's 15 now. So.
Ooh, it's getting
And
close.
It's getting close.
Getting close.
Getting close. But
I'm ready to go. I can play those
I listened to that record, man, and like aside from having worked on it and knowing you guys, like, and I was telling Randy, like, I've never been a big lyrics guy. Like, as a drummer, you know,
Yeah.
and bass player, I always follow more of like the rhythm and like whatever. But as I started listening to the album Backbore, and like, I'm like, fuck,
Good-
this
good
is some
shit.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Like even like Broken Record, which like probably was my least like favorite song.
It was
but,
like a late
that's-
edition.
Well,
because we even changed the intro. Remember, it was a build up.
and I regret that. We changed that intro and
We changed a couple.
Fire Within.
Yeah.
We got rid of
Oh.
there was a riff beforehand, and I was actually a couple days ago I was listening. I have a version of the album with no vocals, but it's before we cut all that stuff. And the song starts like, oh, this song sounds awesome.
Well, didn't -2 also have a build
That had
up?
a wacky intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I
That
love
changed
how
for
he
the better.
changed
It
it.
was like
real for like 2
You hear,
remember.
you hear Randy's breath
The
like
breath.
right before he starts
Yep.
singing,
Oh,
and it just kicks in.
Yes.
It's
That's
not-
that was the good change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The other
that
two,
sounds
if I
awesome.
could go back, I'd put those.
But there's, I mean,
those
like,
back in
you
there.
know, when you work on something creatively, like, you always think, like, whether it's a movie or whatever, like, it's never done, right?
Yeah.
But in this, like, when I listen back to it, I don't have those, like,
Like a
I
what
wish
if
we would have
or,
done this, or like, oh, I wish this could have been, like, it sounds fucking good.
The lyrics for Evolution are really good. Right?
That one's tough for me.
That
though,
one's
too.
my favorite. The flip of the dime or whatever you talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate
Well,
that.
There's also the misheard lyrics that I love, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of
remember every
1,000
time
thugs
Randy,
and
every
tuna.
time Randy would write
Tuna.
something, I would always have him send me the lyrics. I wanted to see him because the lyrics mattered to me.
Well, you know, what's cool about it is, you know, I'm sure you guys all knew Gio, right? And I'm sure you
Yeah,
heard,
the show we played
yeah,
with him, yeah.
you know he passed,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
And like, what, you know, the fact that him and I have music, like, I never like really thought about it until like I would hear it back, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like you can have pictures of friends, right, and like stuff like, but when you like create something organically like this,
Yeah.
you have it forever.
Yeah.
You're the only ones who have done that.
Yeah, and like you listen to it, it's like, damn, dude, like this was all created from like strings and sticks and like,
Yeah.
and like you have that forever. Like,
It's crazy too when you bond at the soul like that. Like me, you, me, Dave, and Guy. We've continued to make music
Yeah.
after AP, but and in no way is it a dig on Dave. But it's not when Jay and I play.
Right.
No,
It's
of
just
course
Yeah,
different.
it's
It's a
just
different
it's
thing.
just different.
Yeah.
We can still connect just the same, but it's just a whole different.
you guys
thing.
have a very unique dynamic.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
doubt about it.
Yeah.
Well, because we even have like the the drum and bass stems from the album.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
and
from
like
just him and I.
yeah,
Okay.
I'll send them to you.
I would love to hear
I'll
that.
put it in a Dropbox. Like, and it's just fun. It's just fun to listen to it.
Yeah.
Like just hear the drums and bass. But yeah, I mean, we came up. I mean, like the first time, remember we stayed in that seedy Motel 6 and almost died. So the next time around, I'm like, I'm gonna put it on my credit card. We're gonna stay at the Courtyard Marriott. But I'm taking the fucking bed, and these guys are all sleeping out in the living room. Remember?
Yeah, that was funny though. That was there was a great picture from that. I think everybody's got like the
Yeah, 'cause
pulled up over their head.
Tim farted and almost killed everybody.
There's a picture of Jay, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a very gassy baby, and probably kept everybody.
But I
up
like
all night
even that
snoring.
night though, like to your point, like you're not big drinkers and stuff, like but like there's a picture of us, like we got the fucking notebook out and like we're
We were
talking
working. It was
business.
Professional.
We're the boringest band ever.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I think you guys should be super proud of it, and even the records you did with Yunker and like the Blue. I mean, you guys write some good shit.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun.
Me and Tim are actually doing a podcast where we talk about like our top 10 albums, and
Okay.
for me that's difficult because I feel like it changes. So instead, the approach I'm taking is like 10 albums, and each one of them has a certain significance. Like Nirvana's Nevermind.
See, mine aren't in order.
Right.
They're just 10 like critical albums to my life.
Yeah.
but I
like
told
that
him
concept.
like
That's better.
your guys is going to be on there because
Hashtag spoilers.
well yeah, but because
But you'll
of
have to
the,
listen to the episode.
yeah, but because of the sheer like creative, like like obviously I did albums with like friends and stuff, but like this was such a creative collaboration, like, and it was, I don't know, it was awesome. It was a fun
Captures
experience.
that moment.
It's hard to believe it was 15 years ago.
I
wow.
struggle to believe it was 15 years ago.
Sounds like a lie.
Yeah, especially because we did, like I just said, us three did a lot more after that, and then more after that.
And that feels like it was just a few years ago, but that
And
was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's when Guy was starting to refinish his basement. It's like, dude, you done with that fucking basement yet?
Yeah.
So you
In the
took,
meantime,
like,
you put in a pool.
Like demo stuff we had.
I'm almost done
after,
with that
and,
basement.
like kept going with it.
I think we took maybe one or two things that we never finished, but
Okay.
we started writing a bunch of new stuff.
Okay.
And initially we were working with Jillian,
Oh,
and we took some of her songs.
Stole one of her songs.
Stole one.
Made it better.
Yeah. But we also had at least 3 of Dave's songs that we finally were working through as well. But I think we don't know when, but I think we all agree that like we got one more run in us. It's just like it's just a matter of when their schedule, and really just Dave is the hardest person to get a hold of to actually see in person.
I'll do it. Is the basement done?
It's getting drywall.
It's like Muddy Pit. 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
In the meantime, he's got a fucking pool.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Good job. Come home for a swim.
I'm not really built for pools.
Yeah, I think we, Dave and I had, when I had first moved, we had shared a couple tracks back and forth
Yeah.
and wrote a few songs. And
Yeah.
then to speak to kind of the, like the whole dynamic of trying to play with other people and it not working out too, I tried to do that in San Diego with a couple different bands
Yeah.
and just didn't stick.
When you
Like
find
I-
a click, man, it's
Yeah. I joined that one band in San Diego too, and it wasn't good.
Yeah, it just isn't the same.
I started making beats with Schmed. In
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It was like 2007, 2008.
Pink
and as
Polo.
yeah,
Just a
Pink Polo Pro.
Yeah.
As we're sitting here talking, I'm realizing that song, the one that you say I wrote good lyrics to, Rubber Bands or whatever.
Yeah.
So that I just realized those chords are the chords that I used for the very first song recorded at Schmed's that turned into the song "Want Money."
Oh, really?
So if you go back and
Is that
listen
on
to
the
that,
AT album?
yeah, it's on
Yeah, it is.
AT's album. So if you listen to that song, those are the same chords, just played differently.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Well,
crazy.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm gonna
I
sing that
forgot
over
it.
there.
Yeah, it's definitely a different energy. Like the original was real like slow and
Yeah.
melodramatic. I guess
You
I'd
like
say this
AT
is much more upbeat and energetic.
The cool thing about technology is that, you know, it's at the point now where you can share stuff and like you could basically, I mean, like even Giovanni and I, and this is 20 years ago, I did what you did. I had a piano that had MIDI on it. So I would
Do it
write
all.
bass lines and drums. I'd record them, send it to him. He'd send it back and
Yeah.
whatever. And then when Randy was living in San Diego, me and Brett, my drum student, wrote a song. And I'm like, I need vocals on this. I sent it to Randy. Randy recorded vocals, sent it back to me, and mixed. That turned out.
That was a
fucking-
good song.
With two of them, actually.
Have you guys ever
me
used
too.
the app BandLab?
I've heard of it. I don't know that.
So that's a great one. I've done some stuff on there where like it's basically save the cloud. So like anybody who you share it with, they can like pull it down, create their own branch version of it, merge
like
it
the
back,
stem
like
file,
share it.
like
Yeah,
the drum.
it's awesome.
I'll tell you what
It's
would
awesome
be.
you could do that, but I want this.
Yeah.
Like I
Sure.
want to be in the room and do
For
it
sure.
together.
But I will tell you what would be like the coolest thing ever that we should make a bucket list besides playing is I would fully pay for it to pick a song and write, whether it's right or one you already have, and find, I mean, obviously you live out of state, it's gonna be hard, but go down to Eric for just like one day, record just one song. And just to see
Like a
it.
new one or redo one, you're saying?
New one, redo one you have written that you never recorded, whatever it is, just to get back in there and just
Yeah.
do like a one-off.
Well, I think to kind of expand on that point is, you know, like I said, we've all done individual episodes on the show, so we know where everybody's at after AP, and we've come to the end of the story. But there's an interesting thing happening now because, like I said, me, Guy, and Dave have done a bunch of stuff. Randy finds himself back out here now because he's moved back after Colorado and San Diego and stuff. He's back home essentially. Have you thought about that at all in terms of like knowing that we've been doing stuff while you've been gone?
Yeah,
Does that cross
absolutely.
your mind?
Absolutely. I mean, I spent a good amount of time at Guy's house last week.
Is that true?
Yeah.
very true.
What?
Doing what?
I was not informed.
We
of
were.
this.
Nor was I.
We were brewing beer together.
Oh, really? Nice.
What?
I was
not
breaking glasses and drinking it. He was brewing
We were
it.
brewing some beer, and as one does, you
Yeah.
start talking about when we get the band back together.
Right.
So no, we started talking about jamming and doing the thing that we've
Doing.
talked about for 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's funny that we find ourselves in the same spot we had them in originally, where we already have these songs written.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Do something.
Poor Randy. Always gets the
have one
leftovers.
I'm gonna go to the Walmart parking lot right after this.
Right back in the grind.
Try Myers. I think you might.
Yeah, gotta step the game up a little
Yeah.
bit, you know. Maybe move to Sprouts or something.
Younger, do you ever miss playing? Or, like, I know you still do like your own thing here and there, but do you ever miss playing in a band?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. Would
Yeah.
you do it again though?
So I thought about that, and like, if I was ever going to be in a band again, I'd want to be in a cover band
Yeah.
and just play like fun songs and do
Not
that.
have the pressure of
Yeah, like
writing and
I would be totally down to
Like Adam's band was
do
like that
some
90s cover
like band lab stuff where we're like, I would love to be sending music back and forth because for a while there, like 6 or 7 years ago when I found Band Lab, I was on there. I recorded a lot of ridiculous things on
You sent me
there.
a tasty Christmas track once.
Yes, the very Mary Will Smith miss.
Yeah, that's probably it.
So yeah, I've got a bunch of tracks that.
That's why I
made
was
on
wondering
there.
because you're a creative in general, so you feel like you're gonna, however your outlet is, you're gonna be creating.
Yeah, and I've realized over the years because there was a time where I wasn't. It was before that I hadn't been writing anything, and then when I started doing that again, I realized that's what's been missing from my life.
Yeah.
And so I've been recently trying to, because I've had like moments where I'm playing the guitar every day, and then I'm not playing. And recently I've been trying to play the piano a lot more often, but I want to pick that guitar up too.
Calling your name.
So yeah, if you guys want to do that, like with Band Lab especially, I'd be totally down to just start. We could just start sending each other things, and
Yeah.
but
you
yeah,
name the time, I'll be there. I'll make
Dude,
it fun.
I'm really into this idea of like I think it'd be cool to do a new song instead of re-record something. because given like how much time
100%.
has gone
Yeah.
by and everything, I think it'd be cooler to
That's what
see
the file sharing
where it
would work
lands
well.
now.
Passionate
Yeah.
ideas.
Exactly. Hey, I got
Yeah.
this. Hey, I got this.
Well, you're in luck because we have 4 songs that are done, just
wow.
waiting for lyrics.
I think we actually have more than that.
I think so, but I know there's 4
Yeah.
super solid.
There's
ones.
at least because I remember we have enough for another EP.
We'll let you
There's
listen to them as
6.
soon as we're done recording this podcast.
Yes.
I can't believe that you haven't heard them already.
Well, we were super secretive about sharing them with people because we didn't want potential singers to like formulate.
Oh, that's because Jillian had recorded some vocals on some of them. We have them recorded without vocals
Yes.
though, and and that's not a dig on her. I love Jillian, but she's got her own life going on as well. And we didn't want any singer to hear that and be like, "Oh, I have to do what she did."
Yes, we wanted you to come in with fresh ideas.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did re-record all those
Yeah.
after she left.
Yeah, which is weird because the In Theory one he has vocals for, and then she recorded vocals for it.
Yeah.
and I've loved everything.
Is that the like a really old one we had from like
Yeah.
when we recorded at your house that one time?
No, these were
Or-
songs that we
Recorded
recorded
at
in
his
my
house.
basement
Ah.
that were to be on the next AP album that never happened.
Gotcha.
So there were a few songs that had probably 50-60% of the way there that we
Yeah,
took the rest of the way, and now they just need.
I don't
yeah,
remember any of that.
it doesn't matter.
I think you'll
I don't
remember
remember
some
any of the
lyrics.
songs. If he doesn't tell me the bass lines, I don't remember them.
Ah.
It's a third
I-
dot.
Or when Dave comes over, he's like, "You guys want to jam AP?" And I'm like, "I can't do that."
By the end of the night, we figure it out.
Well, I mean, from a drummer's standpoint, there's no wrong notes, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
there's no fucking way I could play it like you. I mean, like there were times I'd be swearing Jay's name under my breath, like, "What's this
Really?
Jay?"
You cursed me?
Well, yeah, because I can't play like
We
you.
try to play a song, and it's never the same. I mean, it's just like I tried playing his song, and
Yeah.
it doesn't sound the same. Like
Yeah.
you could tell it's the same song, but 2 very different
Yeah.
versions of it.
That's the finesse.
Yeah, that's the beauty of all this. Is
I think there'd be a lot of joy of starting completely from scratch
Yeah, I'm always big on
and
new-
seeing what everyone could put on it.
Yeah.
You know,
But just this, like, not for nothing, that idea still works with going back because it's been so long. Is bringing where you're at now to these things that already exist.
Yeah.
Because they're definitely going to be different.
Yeah.
Like if you and I, if any of us went and recorded the Blue album now, or even the Angel and the Marble, it would be way different.
Would be.
There's like when I listen to it, even just from when we recorded to the few months to our last show, I play these songs live
But we
different.
totally
Oh, yeah.
fucked with all that shit.
That was all the
Yeah,
time.
that's my favorite thing though. Is like you didn't know what we were gonna do. Like, luckily you're always on time, so everybody else is fine. But Jay and I would just do whatever we wanted live, and just dick with the songs and tweak it as much
It was
as we
just
could.
for us to have some fun.
Yeah, I love that though. That's really fun. Jay, do you think you'll do more music? 'Cause I know you've had a lot of stuff going on in general out in Colorado, but you're probably the wild card who's not gonna ever make it back home, quote unquote home. Whatever
Yeah,
that
I mean,
means.
I love it. I don't know. I don't really have the desire to play live.
Yeah, that's kind of like I'm not.
I think that's
opposed
my
to
deal.
it.
Like, I don't really care about shows anymore.
I
I just like writing.
I love that Jay has found an outlet though, because he makes videos to help kids learn how to read, and he's using
The
drumming
Kids
to
Freeze
do
Day,
it.
yeah,
It's
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, thanks for
That's
bringing
so
that up.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love it.
That's a plug for you.
Yeah. Well, it's kidsfreezedance.com. You can send
Yeah.
$9.99
For
a
real.
month. You can
It's
educate
awesome.
your kids in a way that involves music. and
Click that
movement, so
subscribe button.
Yeah. Didn't
Smash
you?
it.
And you
put
did
out-
the yoga.
Yeah, you put out like 3
You
yoga.
did the
albums,
yoga?
haven't you?
Well, I did. So
Stuff.
what happened was drumming. I drummed at Red Rocks, and I finally like fulfilled like the lifelong
That's so awesome.
dream, man. Like, I don't really have the itch to play live.
Did you
That's
play
why,
the
'cause
Red
you
Rocks
played
and the
Red
Double
Rocks.
Door?
Spent it all. It's like,
Yeah.
But I love
right.
like making music still, and I would love to do that. Like, I think the file sharing thing.
Nah, you've peaked.
So would you, like, if you did something, like once a year, play like a show, like a local venue, like just for you and your friends, just to have a good time?
That's different.
Like,
think
see, I would
that,
like to
that
do that.
sounds
I don't want to
fun,
start like
but
touring.
In no way do I want to tour because my back won't like a touring situation.
Yeah.
Cal's bar.
No. Like a one-off thing would be cool.
Because I booked us a show with Guys Molly.
No! Oh my God! What a reference. That was Mike and Denise.
What if it's
was
what if
like
it's
a
end zone with short of ball?
That would be awesome.
Is the end zone still around?
I would love to
Is
see
it
those
really?
guys get their shit together, but don't hold your breath.
It's got to be the right situation to do that.
Yeah.
Like a 16th birthday party with a bunch
Do you know anyone?
with a bunch of screaming kids who know your music. It's a whole new generation.
Kids don't like music anymore.
Yeah.
As long as there's a bagel cart, I guess.
We'll make sure we write that in this time. You'll get your bagel card.
I'll supply them.
He ate all of them.
That's probably going to happen.
When I went to college, there was a guy with a bagel cart, and it was fucking amazing.
Really?
He'd sit outside the bars. 2 o'clock when the bars would close, there'd be a line down the block. He'd have like a little Weber
That's
grill,
brilliant.
bagels, and all sorts of toppings. You just throw all sorts of stuff on there, and magic would happen on that grill. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
So I love this idea.
Yes.
I've already experienced it, and I can tell you it works.
Yeah. I think we've covered at least our journey.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it a lot individually. I think we've covered it as a group. Now it's just a matter of, I'm curious to see if us four do anything.
What will happen next? Stay tuned.
Meanwhile, the guy's house.
Well, I mean, the whole evolution of the whole thing
Yeah.
is super cool. I mean, to have Junker here and then,
Yeah.
you know, like, see how Guy came in the picture, Randy. Because I don't know that I ever really knew, like, I mean, I'm totally familiar with you and the music you guys did, but I didn't know that I knew the full backstory
Yeah.
of how it all connected. And I mean, it's super cool. That's that fact that we're all sitting in this room
I think that we're
20
still,
years later.
Yeah, all friends still.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
And we've
That
taken
was-
so
yeah,
many
yeah,
different
that is
paths.
most
I mean,
important.
you
That's
know,
Yeah.
I mean, even when I went out to California, I was there for a work trip. I'm like, Randy, you work for this logistics company, and you're coming out to dinner with us.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, so we had sushi. Like, it was a great time, you know.
Well, Tim lived with me for a while in Colorado,
That's-
and
yeah.
we jammed.
That's
and it was
true.
like he didn't remember any of the songs either then.
But like you said,
But it didn't matter.
I like a clean slate.
Yeah.
And even what's the Devin and Mark? The second they heard us play, they're like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. Like, wow, that's what we. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the part that gets me like excited, like where I'm like, man.
I remember you got those big ass blisters on your hand because you went all out and hadn't
Oh,
played
yeah.
bass in
I haven't
probably
played
like
in
a
so
year.
long. Yeah.
You guys could probably get into a room anytime with any gap in between. It would.
It was
click.
like that.
Yeah,
it
it was
definitely
like that.
was.
Most of it does. I mean, like, when's the last time we saw each other?
Probably when I record. I mean, before I moved in 2012, so
So
call it at
13
least
years.
that.
But
Yeah.
it seems like
I would
a couple weeks ago?
hang out more. I wish I was here.
like that's what's cool about it. Is like it doesn't seem like we've missed a beat.
Well, don't go out to
Another
Jay's
one.
house.
That's 3.
Don't show anything to his wife because she's amazing at everything. Immediately, like, and she's so sweet about it, but she's mean.
Well, what he's saying is Tim taught her to play bass and she picked it up in like half a second.
Yeah,
He's like,
she did. But not even that, because then like I got them like discs for disc golf, and they like Jay doesn't know how.
I sucked.
Jay doesn't know how to sport at all. Not that I'm good sport, but oh my god, Emily, I showed her, I'm like, hey, you just throw it like this, and then she's whipping it across the whole field.
Yeah.
And I'm like, god damn it! Just anything she touches, she's amazing at
It's the
immediately.
bond.
But I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you getting us together, man. This
Yeah, I
was a
appreciate you
blast.
guys coming out. I know it's hard
Yeah,
to
this
get
was
this many
excellent.
people in a room at the same time. Hopefully
a
the
lot of fun.
recording took. Otherwise,
find out that it
it's
didn't.
just for us.
Wait, you just record, right?
No, kind of.
Hell yeah, man. Love you guys.